majestic diseased penis of Federation comes to us with a price tag of 187 mil, and a mandatory military ass-raping that is the Navy rank grind.
Fuck you, sir! Feel the might of the Imperial Annihilator! Greetings, Commanders! Minnie here! I'm here today to give my totally unbiased opinion about the Federal Corvette. This ship is by far my favorite ship in the entire game, and for good reason.
And now I got to check myself and my ship for diseases. Who knows where you've been? Still, the built-in butt-cheek vibrator that would make some gals jealous is nice, I agree. But the brain-killing cancer that is mandatory rank makes me wonder whether or not I should have stuck with my Condor, or better yet, my trouser Python. Python.
Okay folks, I think we lost him. Oh well, no harm done. Let's continue, shall we? The first thing that struck me when I first saw this ship was, oh my god, it looks like an Imperial Star Destroyer. I have to have one. The fine, flat lines and angled detail hull really remind me of one of my favorite iconic ships from sci-fi. The added benefit of Frontier adding white paint to the store further cements the fact that this is pretty much the only true color you should put on this ship unless you prefer chrome or gold. When the weapons deploy on this thing, it has one of the coolest hardpoint deployments on any ship I've seen so far. And for me personally, it never gets old. Being the only ship with 2 Class 4 hardpoints, it screams, "Fuck you, sir!" It makes me hotter than TheYamiks looking at his favorite horse porn.
Ah well, at least I don't blow my load after 200 rolls on limpet controller integrity, you sick fuck!
Repair limpets need love too, sir. And I want my hull integrity to remain erect at all times, like my dick. The ship kit can add a bit of personal customization for an additional $12. Frontier should just call this an Imperial Star Destroyer and get it over with.
Oh sure, come one, come all, microtransactions are available for a premium game. The fuck did I pay the premium for the base game in the first place, huh?
Because like most nerds with a girlfriend, we don't want to lose them, so we throw money at them to make them happy.
But putting cynicism aside, I do say Corvette, for me, is the best looking ship in the game. I absolutely love the Federal Capital ship, and having that but smaller and pilotable is just dream come true. I could go on and on about the ship's design, but we are already circle jerking.
Can I join in?
No!
Oh, but the original paint though. Yeah, come on, give me black. Needs more black. The edgelord TheYamiks needs more black.
I don't know about you, TheYamiks, but I have black paint from my Corvette.
So, you painted your super heavy space dick black. Well, guess you can call that wishful thinking.
Suck my numbers, TheYamiks.
Anyways, as I plop my butt in the captain's chair, I'm reminded of that cinematic trailer for Targoid Probing where this happened.
Basic maneuvers.
Yeah, setting aside the obvious stupid implication that the pilot is the one saying that, it also tells us that either devs don't know how their own multicrew should work, or they had this option planned but it was cut.
Stay on topic, TheYamiks. We're talking about the Imperial Annihilator here, not Frontier Development's D-rated vet in their video with no shields and a completely incompetent crew. One of my favorite things about this ship is the placement of the cockpit. With it so far back, it gives you a great view of the front of your ship. You can really feel the size of the Corvette from the command deck.
Oh yes, the cockpit. Though at the first glance, it really felt like a small size room. When you sit in the co-pilot seats, the scale really opens up. And you do feel the depth and width of this hull. Nonetheless, the visibility compared to other two super heavies is the best, and again I must say that compared to Conda's cockpit there is no subtle reverb sound effect, while everything else feels so snug and tight it just begs me to get rough. And you know, this tightness makes me sometimes forget that I'm actually flying one of the biggest ships in the game.
Agreed, the nice open view and no loose wires in the cockpit really add to the finished starship effect that for once we have a ship designers that actually use proper cable management for once. The worst thing about the Federal Corvette's command deck is the unfortunate soul that gets to sit in the far right chair. Most of their viewing ability is actually completely blocked off by some giant support beams. I just wish there was an option to customize our cockpit colors a bit. That core dynamics grade does tend to get old.
As for sound, well, you'll barely hear any compared at least to other ships, as core dynamics have outdone themselves this time. See, while I love to have a roaring engine sound like in Viper 3, the mark of true craftsmanship is in the ability to isolate the noise, and whenever I boost I barely hear it. So yeah, really well done, guys.
You must not fly the ship a lot, Yamiks. Listen to that boost sound.
Now, all the aesthetics are one thing, but the real proof is in the soft, tender, tight, and warm pudding.
Yes. Hitting the boost on this ship just screams, oh yes, I can fuck someone's day up with this. Just don't get too close to it when it's charging its frame shift drive. It kinda sounds like a couple of nails on a chalkboard. The Imperial Annihilator is deceptively maneuverable for a ship of its girth and length. Repeatedly ramming other ships with over 2,000 tons of mass is a fantastic way to remove their safety bubbles so you can start fucking them without protection to get to their tasty insides.
For whatever reason, the image of you fucking a Thanksgiving turkey comes to mind. Ew, the space merc.
All I need is an American flag paint job now. Come on, Frontier! The ship loves to bring out the best in the ships it interacts with. That tasty, explosive core. Remember, kids, it's all about getting your partner off first. When they are done, then you can finish. Those two huge hardpoints on the top of the ship have some impressive coverage with gimbaled weapons and can use every Class 4 weapon to great effect. However, the Class 3 hardpoint on the bottom can be difficult to bring to bear at times, but with enough practice you'll get used to it. Compared to the other big three, this ship can actually turn around fast enough to get a forward gun lock on small targets trailing behind you. Which means that if some poor son of a bitch is poking you in the ass, you can whip around and give him a free ammo bitch slap. Of course, using a ship-launched fighter can drastically help with annoying targets. Never underestimate the utility of a ship-launched fighter in combat. As Yamiks said earlier, speed-wise it's right in the middle. It's slightly faster than an Anaconda, but definitely slower than a cutter. However, it has both of them beaten turn rate, which I enjoy greatly in asteroid fields. Let's talk jump range. Sadly for the Corvette, its jump range is frankly the 5th worst in the game. Yeah, if you wish to jump this ship from place to place, I'd recommend shipping it instead of flying it. Sure, it gets expensive, but hell, I'm not going to arrive in Maya in a half-baked Imperial Annihilator from being deep-fried by stars.
Okay, so let's say for whatever fevered and meth-fueled idea you had, you decided to go on and attempt doing something that in Federal Navy would get you castrated for. Trading and exploring! Surprisingly, Corvette has the 2nd largest cargo bay, making it actually really good for small-range trade and mining. Both actions frowned upon in Federation and punishable by 10-hour repeat viewings of 21st century pop music videos. But then still, I don't get why Core Dynamics gave Corvette such a cargo bay, if they didn't want some random yahoos to use the pride and joy of Federal Navy to transport shit across galaxy.
I personally find the internal slots very useful for combat-based material grinding. Enough room for limpets and enough room for cargo.
Well, sure, I do enjoy transporting annoying passengers to their slave masters, but even so, the cargo bay baffles me a bit, in a good way. As for exploration, well, having been built for combat almost exclusively, Corvette is like that super juiced up bodybuilder. Sure, it can jump, but realistically, no one would like to see that travesty. Still, for all it's worth, mostly Corvette is built for one thing, and that's blasting some ass, and it does it with utmost precision, but fuck me is it slow. Well, sure, it's not as slow as Conda, but at this point it's not saying much.
You just need to engineer your ships more, that's what it is.
So now in the end, Corvette to me is like the wet dream. You just want to fuck everything. But as you wake up you realize what a horrible monster you are. Then you go and jerk off some more.
More engineering rolls to do! Yay!
There's nothing wrong with that, but when we're talking about Corvette, well, the lackluster speed yet overwhelming cargo capacity just confuses me. On one hand, yes, it's a big ship so don't expect cool maneuvers from it. But on the other hand, did Core Dynamics try to go the lazy route of shipmaking? In any case, I love the looks of the ship, though I will always have the nagging thought at the back of my head saying, but Conda has more DPS. That keeps haunting me.
Yeah, but the vet hasn't outclassed the maneuverability, so you could argue that the vet can stay on target for longer and is better at applying that damage. It's definitely better at staying on target than the pilots of the Rebel Alliance and the Death Star Trench Run, that's for sure. This is definitely my favorite ship in the game, and I'm totally glad that I spent the time and effort that I have getting the rank and cash to afford it. If you have the cash for the ship and don't have the Federation rank, what is wrong with you?
We'll grind that shit like a cheap stripper on a pole.
I give this ship a score of grade 5.5 with a touch of fuck you, sir! The Imperial Annihilator, strike fear into the hearts of your enemies as soon as you catch up to them.
Well, hey, on the bright side, you do move ever so slightly faster than Conda, so you got that going for you. But chasing up to Cutter will be nigh impossible. Even so, Corvette in a phrase is a proper Cutter fucker.
Finally, something we can both agree on. This is Commander Mini, signing out! Greetings, Commanders! Mini here! I'm here to tell you today... Wait, what? No, I fucked that up. God damn it! Okay, let's try that again. Greetings, Commanders! Mini here! I'm here to give my blah blah blah. Fuck that take as well. God damn it. Repair limpets need love too, sir, and I want my blah. Fuck that line. Being the only blah. Fuck that line. The ship kit can add a bit of blah blah blah. I cannot get that word. The ship kit can add a bit of personal customization. Blah. More engineering to-dos. Blah. Fuck that line.
Makes you want to... yes.
No!
I'm coming for you.
No!
No, yes. Yes, you want me. You want me. Shit, we forgot to shoot. Back.
Shall we call that a dry run, sir?
But
Come here, come here, come here.
Shells,
Come here.
big shit,
Come on.
suck on the... Oh, shit, 10%. You better go TheYamiks. You need more hardeners on that python, sir.
Shit.
You can't handle the force of the Imperial Annihilator and its 2,222.2 tons of mass. And force fields.
Come on, just load. Oh, yeah, of course. Fantastic.
Crash.
Yep.